We're just having so many extra turns here. It is insane. Every time we activate Gretchen, we are gaining mana. Like gaining mana. Like, what is this, right? Hello YouTube, welcome to Fine Day, and today we are going to have a look at Gretchen Titchwillow in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by playing Gretchen Titchwillow, activating her ability to draw cards and play lands from the hand over and over and over and over again in the same turn, and just going into a bunch of extra turns from there, buying back the extra turns and just getting a huge amount of value, like basically not give the opponent any more turns, right, at a certain point. So this is a budget deck, and because it is a budget deck, we're only playing 7 rares/mythics in this deck. Probably the most cuttable one out of these is Search for Ascanta, but like I really tried to cut a lot of rares and mythics from this, and Search for Ascanta really digs you through your deck, because the whole point of this is to have some cards like Zendikar's Roil that when a land enters, we get an elemental, or like just any kind of advantage. And then we play Time Warp, and then we play cards that return Time Warp to our hand, like Bone of Insight and and Future. So now we just read by Time Warp, we activate Gretchen Titchwillow over and over and over and over again, and then we just win, right? So Search for Ascanta digs us really deep. Lotus Cobra and Biomancer's Familiar and Finale of Devastation, and then with that Tireless Provisioner, are really good cards in this deck, because at some point, like, Gretchen Titchwillow's activation effectively costs 3 mana because the land comes into play untapped. The Biomancer's Familiar reduces this by 2, so effectively every Titchwillow activation that puts a land into play costs only 1 mana, which is insane. And then when you add Lotus Cobra and Provisioner into the mix, we're gaining mana off of that, which is unheard of, right? Like, gaining mana to draw a card and play lands, it's nutty. It is absolutely nutty. So yes, cards like Wilderness Reclamation allow us to untap our lands again to activate her insane amount of times again and again, and then we obviously have the extra turns because this is an extra turn deck. Yeah, and Finale of Devastation not only can grab these cost reducers, but can also grab things like Tatiova Benthic Druid, if we want to have more card draw, and it can also grab a Timeless Witness to bring back a Time Warp effect. So this is just an overall great utility card for this deck. We are surviving until that point with like protection spells on Gretchen that give hexproof. We have 1 mana bounce spells and cheap counter magic to basically keep creature decks off of our bag and like just keep them away, do your thing later, and then the later doesn't happen because we're getting too many extra turns. So that is the whole idea of this deck. It is a pretty fun list. Again, if you want to get a more like what to like upgrade, if you want to get some insight on that, what to upgrade, just jump to the end of the video. Other than that, enjoy the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It really, it's pretty cool. We're growing, and it is really fun seeing like all these new subscribers, and yeah, it really supports the channel. And, I mean, the classic. If you don't like it, just comment in the comment section why you dislike my video. Yeah. Anyways, let's jump straight into some gameplay. Let's go. We are ready to play against Gyruda. And let's see. Yeah, this is an amazing hand. Let's keep it. Also, so for the past like 3 months by now, a bit longer, I have been doing daily uploads, which I mean is a lot of work, but also a lot of fun. The past 2 days, I have not uploaded a single video. Because I didn't want to burn out too much. That was the basic idea behind it. Especially like before Kamigawa comes out. So I just wanna keep it nice and fresh. And another thing is, during those 2 days, CGB, Covert Go Blue, the biggest Magic Arena YouTuber, and not the biggest streamer, but the biggest YouTuber for sure, for Magic Arena has shouted out this channel, and that was pretty cool to see, because he's somebody whose content I enjoy a lot, and yeah, that's just amazing to see that, you know, people that I respect that play the same game as I do, enjoy my content. Like, it's pretty funny. I enjoy his content, he enjoys my content, so that's pretty cool. So everybody like that comes from the CGB stream, hello, and enjoy your stay. Anyways, so what happened here is I just added a ton of mana. That was that was pretty cool. Currently thinking if I should go with Gretchen, but Search for Scanta is just better, because I can't activate Gretchen right now, so no point in doing that, and I do get some value off of the Search for Scanta. Oh. Okay, so we're doing this, huh? So this costs 3, but adds 4 mana. So this is like +1 mana, isn't it? I think I'm not doing the Time Orb just yet. Might sound criminal, but not doing it yet. So I'm going to send the Silundi Vision to the graveyard in case I'm ever trying to buy it back. Yep. And oh no, this is not the put it untapped into play, right? Oh no. Okay, so I messed up here. I thought this was Harrow to put them into play untapped. But it shouldn't matter too much. Oh, this is like a bugged out. Oh no, this is not bugged out. It's just looking weird on the effect of Chromatic Lantern. So kind of bugged out. Just pretty funny to look at these lands here. Grim Tutor. Okay, guys, the challenge is to not give them any more turns. The best way to do that here is to top deck a land, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It needs to be an untapped land, actually. No untapped land. Kind of works out though, because it only this only costs 1 mana effectively. Always tap the Guardian Idol, because colorless mana is not really what we want to see usually in this deck, and I do need some more blue. All the snowlands are in the deck because of Into the North, but I don't want to run full snowlands, otherwise the popular white creature aggro card Redain Redain is pretty, oh my god, Redain is pretty great against us if we play a full snow mana base. So if we had one more land drop, this could have worked out, but now we're just playing Narset. Otherwise I could have Dried Survivaled into a Time Warp here, which would have been pretty disgusting. Oh yeah, can't step Road Sundering as well. Yeah, the opponent needs to... Okay, they didn't like that at all. So the opponent needed to kill me right then and there. Otherwise I would have just taken too many extra turns. GG. We are ready to play against Ilhark the Raceboar. And well, yeah, that's a pretty nifty hand, if I do say so myself. Despair Sentinel is basically a Light Elves. It's kind of a worse version, but it's a pretty good card here in this deck. So one thing to note is if they use a lot of like temporary mana to pump out this Ilhark, I am hopefully able to bounce it off of, like, yeah. So they're not going to be able to play Ilhark next turn, most likely. So my goal is here to Silundi Vision as a bounce spell, like find something off of that. Both of these are instant speed, so I'm just passing my turn here. And I'm going to start on Harrow. It effectively only costs 1 mana. And then play the Silundi Vision off of that mana. Seize the balls. Yup. Tap. tap, tap, Harrow, and I'm thinking green, blue, right? Green, blue, maybe double green to have. It's an even more even split, but if I don't get another blue here, my Mystic Sanctuary comes into play untapped. So that's kind of unfortunate. So I think I have to get. I have to go a bit more heavy on the blue side. Do I need an extra turn here? I feel like it doesn't matter too much actually, and I just want to ramp. So sure, Roiling Regrowth is probably the thing to do here. Oh yes. Okay. So Mystic Sanctuary, putting back Harrow or a Silundi Vision. Probably I will maybe want some bounce spots, but Harrow is really tempting. Right? Yeah, Harrow is tempting. Sure, familiar. And then pass the turn. Maybe I was supposed to do some, like, to do this in a different way. It's a bit awkward that I can't double activate Gretchen right now. Or maybe I'm supposed to also just, like, once in future. I mean, I keep up the Lazotep Plating together with the Gretchen Titchwillow activation, right? So that is pretty good. They're not giving their commander haste. So if I once in future and put a land on top and the Silundi Vision, I pretty much know what I'm going to get, right? So yeah, that is pretty good. Silundi Vision to hand, and then on top, sure. Okay. And now just activate Gretchen Titchwillow once. Boom. Put this into play. Now we're cycling this Mystic Sanctuary away, so we can just grab it back later. And then just add green-blue, I assume. Oh, I just used the wrong one. Whoops. I just used the wrong one, so that was not my intention. I wanted to use the Harrow. Man, I just get these two confused. Oh well. It's not like I'm going to die next turn anyways, right? Right? Let's see. I'm waiting on the Gretchen Titchwillow activation here in case I need the Lazotep Plating to give my stuff hexproof. Yeah, no, sure. That is actually pretty fine. Yeah, nothing to do here. Okay. I mean, if I get a bounce spell, I'm pretty set, because they don't have many hasters. Hopefully. Okay. I'm just like bouncing at the start of their at the start of their combat basically. More islands. So now we just got a Harrow, right? This, and this. And add double green off of that. Right, yep, double green. And now just spam some Gretchen Titchwillow activations. And will we get a bounce? Nope. I think... no. Mindset doesn't really work out here, doesn't it? I'm gonna do some ugly stuff here to survive, but it will probably be worth it. Because if they don't have a haster, I'm actually pretty fine. Right. Because I can block the Dragaseth with the Jespera Sentinel and then the Cavalier of Flames with the Lazotep Plating token. So I'm kind of in a good position here. Okay, Ilhark. I mean, it's not the best position. If I get 1 bounce, that's all I need, and that's the opening that that's basically the opening that I need. If they get trample at instant speed somehow, which I don't think they can, it's problematic. No, it's fine. What do I play here? Titchwillow or Zendikar's Roil? I don't think I can play both, actually. Oh, yeah. Okay, I need extra turns, don't I? Yeah, so it's Titchwillow then. What happens if I do both? I think I just need... Yeah, I don't think a board full of 2/2s does it, because they still have the flyer with the Dracoseth. Okay, and let's go ham with Titchwillow, shall we? If we get like something that adds us a ton of mana, that would be great. Okay, you're a bit late to the party here. Oh no. Okay. Oh, no. Doesn't work. Nope. And I believe we might be dead here, guys. Yeah, it's pretty close, but if they just do whatever they did previously, I think they have too much trample damage. I have more trample damage and I have like toughness on my creatures, I think. Yeah, especially with that. Yeah, can't block. Okay. That is game. Ah, close one. GG. We are ready to play against Naban, Dean of Iteration. Ah, great hand if it had green. Decent hand. Yeah, sure. Let's start on the 1-mana ramp. We are going with Guardian Idol probably here, because that leads us into Gretchen and Emergent Sequence next turn. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. And then do this. Beautiful, beautiful. I think another blue doesn't hurt. And something like a Zendikar's Roil is really tough for mono blue to deal with. They need to have bounce spells, but like if I resolve it, it's just really annoying. Yeah, and I get to resolve it here. Beautiful. Mana works out, so they can play Zendikar's Roil into just Parasentinel. Like if I want the opponent to just surrender, I'm probably just stealing that within Bolas clutches, honestly. So that is the really mean play. Honestly, I am evil. Why did you ask? So yeah, let's make the opponent surrender, I guess. Just Parasentinel. Yep. And take away the commander. That's a really, really annoying thing that you can do in Historic Brawl. Just taking somebody's commander. Just like that. And I have no shame whatsoever. Okay. I can probably play. Yeah, let's jam this Zendikar's Roil. And pass the turn. I'm not going to give them the option of killing their own commander, and I'm valuing this island more than I value the trophy mage here. Unsummon can do some stuff here. I mean, maybe it was correct to just take a land even instead of their commander, right? But like, yeah, I'm denying them so much value here. They have some wizards that can bounce other creatures to hand, so they like can just bounce their own Naban to hand. Okay. Yep, my turn. Okay, and now we get to the part that is very fun, very interactive, totally great. Out of 8. Just spam the Gretchen Titchwillow activation a bit here. Doing this during my turn because I still like represent 2 to 3 mana here, depending on what I have. Yep. And now we just make creatures again and again and again. Okay. So let's see, what do they have? I mean, maybe they have some board wipes, right? Like River's Rebuke, bouncing everything to my hand. Bunch of good stuff they could have. So they're definitely not out of this game yet. But yeah, this Zendikar's Roil is just amazing. I assume that this is a counterspell or an extra turn, so I have to watch out for that. Okay, Gretchen, activate. Yup. Zendikar's Roil. Don't forget to use the mana from the Guardian Idol. Okay, and honestly, I'm just starting to pressure them here with these elementals. I do have double bounce spell here. I don't want to necessarily advance their creatures. It's just some security. Like this is mostly for like aggro, like really aggressive decks, like last game. But you know, that's why I wanted to have these, because I do need to survive. Aaron's Epiphany is a nice one. I would play that as well if I could. Oh wait, I can. Yep, Thassa's Oracle's triggering. It can take some damage here for sure. This is not a deck that intends to like foretell this, because it doesn't reduce the cost anymore after the nerf in a circle. And I don't care too much about the birds. Okay, let's see. I still have a Gretchen Titchwillow activation, don't I? Yeah, I do. That is pretty nifty. This copies on cast, so maybe I'm not even supposed to bounce this because they need to have exactly 2 wizards and be able to play both wizards at the same time. Am I supposed to bounce this? Am I supposed to bounce this? Oh, they could even play a 4-mana wizard. I think I'm greedy and I'm just like using this Gretchen Titchwillow activation here. So do this. Yep. Type U, activate. If I get a blue source here, oh, I can still Stern Dismissal their reflections. Beautiful. That was amazing. And Midnight Clock. Okay, so they didn't have the wizard, or maybe they have, and they just decide, okay, let's wait for a bit of value here. Yeah, but the really good thing. Oh yes. Let's go into. Yeah, I'm going to do a Gretchen activation. See what I get. Extra turn. Yep. And I think I just want to play this as a land, honestly. And just swing in. They can kill one of them with the Oracle. Maybe I'm even supposed to swing with the Naban here just for damage. Right? Okay. They kill some of these. That is fine. Honestly, I'm more scared of their bot than they are of mine, probably, but you know, you never know. Just spam some activations here. Yup. Oh, there's another extra turn. I'm sorry, opponent, but we're doing this now. I'm bouncing the Oracle here because that has 3 toughness. Yep. Tap. And I think I want to bounce there. Nothing here, honestly. I really don't want to bounce these creatures. Okay. Yeah. Midnight clock. Oh my god, opponent, I'm so sorry. Wait, nope, I'm not. I just realized. Because we're going to time warp. Yep, and take even more extra turns and more extra turns and yeah, those were a lot of extra turns. GG. We are ready to play against Ishkana the Graph Widow. And let's see. I can't counter the Ishkana on curve basically, but I mean, the problem is that they're in black and I don't have anything to protect the Gretchen with. I can steal some stuff, so that's kind of nice. I don't have the double green for the finale, but like the curve is just Gretchen into Supreme Will countering the commander, which is honestly not that exciting. But maybe it's good enough. Let's see. I usually would like to have ramp instead of my commander on 2 though. Right, that's just how it is. Okay. Timeless Witness is not really what I need here. Let's see. Sure. Play my commander. Probably gets killed, but that's kind of fine. Like, she will do her job like later. Oh. Okay. Opponent plays land into a spider, surprisingly, in a spider tribal deck, who would have thought? And I'm just going to pass turn. This doesn't have tap stash, right? Deals combat damage to a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on it. So I probably don't want to block that with Gretchen though, even though it doesn't have dash touch. If they play the commander, I'm just going to counter it. No brainer basically. And then I can Timeless Witness or Gretchen. Like I would Timeless Witness the Supreme Will. I think that's a pretty decent play. Maybe just if they can't kill Gretchen, maybe it's just better to get a familiar though, to just make these extremely cheap Gretchen activations with an extra turn in hand. That is extremely threatening. So maybe since their commander is pretty slow as well, maybe it's then it's even just super worth it to nope, I don't care. To just filter here with the Supreme Will. I'm going to do that probably now. If they have a Fatal Push, that could be ugly. I don't really like. I can't afford to play around Fatal Push is the problem, because by playing around Fatal Push, 2 mana just remove my commander, 1 mana remove commander. I have to. Okay, yeah, I would have to not activate the Supreme Will in their turn, and then in my turn just play nothing as well, which is like pretty yikes. Soul versus land. I have 2 lands already, so I'm kind of feeling comfortable here. Yeah. So Finale of Devastation. So this is interesting. If I Finale for a Lotus Cobra, I can, or like, yeah, if I Finale for a Lotus Cobra, I can actually activate Gretchen next turn. Play a land and play Sundering next turn. But I think it might be better to get the Biomancer's Familiar instead. It could be a mistake though. We will see. Because like the upside, if I just play this normally, is so goddamn high. Right. And my turn 6 play is likely not even going to be an extra turn. I can just steal the commander. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm kind of fine with that, because now I'm going to sacrifice my commander here, and then I can play it next turn. That solves a lot of things, or doesn't it? Opponent attacks. Not going. I think I'm not going to block the Obelisk Spider. Don't think there's a point. Oh yes, beautiful. There's my land. And now, let's see. Gretchen can block this hinterland chef because it is not a spider, which is pretty great. I think they're playing this correctly, then, like just not playing this out on curve, but play it when they have a like decent board already, where the buff matters. At least in this matchup, it's pretty great. I could cast Temporal Sundering, basically giving me free tempo and bouncing something for free, which I think is likely the correct play. Just like bouncing maybe a obelisk spider here or a hinterland chef. Oops, we want to do like that, yeah. Yep, pass here. And I will honestly just draw lands. That's all I care for. Temporal Sundering. I'm tempted to just steal like a land from them as well. Just get this body off the board. Cast Temporal Sundering. And then I want to draw a land and just in Bolas clutches their commander. And that just hopefully buys me a lot of time. Top deck land, go. Because land would be massive. Ah, damn it. Because then I could have harrowed into Bolas clutches. Now, maybe I'm supposed to just get the bounce spell. Yeah, I really want to get this ramp. Sacrifice you and add green and blue, probably. Green, blue, Harrow. Yup. Solve the equation. I could also get an extra generator. They didn't remove my things. So I'm probably safe. Here, but maybe like the upside would be that I'm just using Into the North as well here, right? Maybe a line where I just take Lotus Cobra as well, of a once in future. Time Warp is just super juicy though. The Time Warp is especially brutal if I get to return it of this Timeless Witness. And this is a snowland, so let's take that. And they now need to just like, so in hindsight I should have bounced their Ishkana. I should have maybe like thought about this turn a bit more. But Ishkana doesn't really add anything relevant, no. Okay, beautiful. And I'm not dead here, I believe. So yeah, I should have bounced their Ishkana in hindsight. Didn't think through my turn too much. What was mattering, what was not. If I get another land, I can go time warp into into Timeless Witness here. That just seems like a great play. Land off the top. I think I'm playing 42 lands and some double-faced lands. You can certainly add a land to this deck. I wouldn't cut lands for sure. Like you really want to get those lands off of Gretchen Titchwillow. So the opponent is thinking, if they have removal, that is obviously brutal, but they didn't have the removal last turn. So they also didn't have the buff last turn, so I'm also not going to respect that. Okay. Hornet Queen. Yeah, and that is absolutely fine. I think I win here. Land off the top, and it's the real deal. No, it's not the land off the top. Oh, whoops. Let's just activate Gretchen. If I get a land, I can just go into Alrun's. Nope, it is actually... Oh, it is super risky, that's what this is. Time warp, no land, no land, no land. Yeah, this is beginning to stink. Stinky stink. Epiphany. Yeah, if I got the untapped land there, I would have gained an infinite amount of value here, basically. Like, well, not infinite, but just way more value, as they say. Okay, once in future. Do I have an untapped land in the grave? I do! This is insane. Untapped land plus time warp. Pay adamant, yes. Yeah. Man, one more land would have been so good. You know what's also so good? This is about to be so good. Time warp. Timeless Witness. Time warp. Back again. And activate Gretchen, I believe. More lands, and I'm not taking any risks here. If this was a Harrow, this would have been really good, but I can't take any risks whatsoever. And now we just spam Gretchen, see what we get here. Okay, do it again. Yup, do it again. Okay, can we actually? Yes, we can. Tireless. And no attacks. Float and activate Gretchen. And like Tireless Provisioner can grab us actually a bunch of food here. Ah man, I would have loved to have that on the field right now. Okay. But for now it's a treasure, I believe. Activate again. Not the greatest hits. I mean, I was stopping there, but it's, yeah, not the greatest hits. I don't think I will need in Bolas clutches. This is not what this game is about. I'm also just not, like, this is 6 damage in the air. Yeah, I can basically block everything relevant because I have the bounce spell to bounce their commander. And I can just get so many Gretchen Titchwillow activations. Also, again, one thing to note, if we got the one untapped land there in that one situation, I would have just saved so much mana on, like, I would have had lethal there for sure. Containment Breach, I'm gonna stop you right there. I can't let that go through, sorry, opponent. That is something I cannot let you do. I do have double bounce spells currently. That's like pretty good. I also have Roiling Regrowth and Cultivates. Just get a massive amount of lands into play. Yeah, I would have felt so much more confident if Nexus was illegal in the format, or just like any instant speed extra turn, because, you know, like, you have so much mana that you get additionally in the end step with a Wilderness Reclamation that you really want that kind of card in this deck. Am I dead? So 6 in the air that I can't block, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I can block the Ishkana. It's kind of risky, but hopefully pays off. I can spell pierce whatever they might throw at me, right? Yeah, we're going for the risky stuff, as they say. It's not that risky, really. Yeah, they don't want to kill the Timeless Witness here, which I think is really smart of them. Yeah, I think that is great by them. Yep, nothing. Fine. And I want to activate Gretchen here, because like lands just untap basically. And then I can bounce my own Timeless Witness. So this is 1-2 extra turns already. So I don't see a way how they like get out of this. If I get another land here, I can regrowth. I think maybe just regrowthing instead of activating Gretchen is just a safer play, isn't it? Because if I don't have a land on top, it's kind of awkward. Because this is just a one-time use only, anyways. Yep. Let's see. I think the opponent will surrender before we just get to do our thing, though. People don't like playing against extra turn decks, don't they? And with Cobra and Biomancer's Familiar and Provisioner, we are netting mana off of each Gretchen Titchwillow activation. Well, if it puts land into the field, that is. I'm going to sacrifice an island and get an island, yeah, and 2 forests then probably, just to like even out the distribution. Although I have more forests in deck than islands now, right? Yeah, so maybe I should like still grab an island here because I'm more likely to draw them. And we don't need food tokens where we are going. We only need treasures. Yep. And GG, this is lethal in about 10 million turns, but it is going to be lethal, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, easily. Okay. I have to play to this pretty quickly because this is going to take a while. Oh boy. I mean, unless the opponent surrenders, right? That's the classic. Cultivate. Boom and boom. Yep, do this. Yep, more mana. It doesn't matter too much what we're adding with the Cobra because we are also making treasures to basically fix like if we only add of one color, like the treasures can make the other color, right? So like it doesn't really matter. So we're using, honestly no, I'm using this for 1 mana because for the other 2 mana I can just activate Gretchen and get an additional land drop, so you know, it's just better to use this for 2 mana. Timeless Witness. Time Warp. Yes, give me back my Time Warp. I can... No, I don't have anything that has trample, so I actually need to make some more creatures before I kill them with Finale of Devastation. Okay. And now I think we're just spamming Gretchen, because every single land that we get into play before like next turn, we get to untap with it, right? So now the real clicking starts. Now like that is like the only thing we're doing now. Just spam the Gretchen activations. Yes, do this. Boom. We are adding green. Yes. Resolve. Lotus Cobra. And Gretchen again. With this Spell Pierce up, like there is basically nothing they can do. Yeah, Gretchen again. Yes. Treasure. I'm just, you know, spamming these Gretchen activations. Yeah. Yep. You're seeing this correctly, opponent. We're doing this. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's like a million Gretchen activations. Yep. Yep. And there is a Spore Mount to finish it off. Mm-hmm. Add more mana. Yep. Treasure token. Resolve. Green. Yep. Yep, do this again. We have enough green. Now we're adding blue. Treasure token. Yep. And wow, this is amazing. Yeah, and with this Strides Revival, this represents 2 more extra turns. We're just having so many extra turns here. Oh, it is insane. Every time we activate Gretchen, we are gaining mana. Like gaining mana. Like, what is this, right? Like, look at this. We're just gaining mana. Like, this is so degenerate. Yeah, opponent. I believe they're just like, okay, can I go now? Can I go home? And to that I say, absolutely, if you want to. I'm not stopping you from surrendering. I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, but holy moly. So we're almost done with the stack, actually. I mean, we can just activate treasures, but honestly, I'm just using my mana effectively and call it a day. But I don't need to even go through these treasures right now. But I do want to use my actual lands though, because being inefficient is like, ugh. Imagine being inefficient. Ew, I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Yep, green. Blue. 1 more Gretchen activation. Go. We have to go again. Sorry, opponent. Yep. Every time I'm getting a land, I have to activate this again, because I'm getting a treasure and a free activation again. Spin the wheel again. I think we're winning. Too bad. I'm so sorry. Again, gaining more mana. Doing the thing. And, I am going to... Yeah, so the current plan is passing the turn. We still hold up the spell pierce, right? We're just like, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. That would have been a like, whoa, that would have been a huge immersion sequence. Discard. Don't need this, probably not this. Sure. Yeah, we have a ton of counter magic here, and now. So our win condition is now just creating, going wider than they are, and then just buying back finally. And I do need to do some landfalls here to create a bunch of tokens, but it's really not that many that we need to create, right? I think only yes. Just maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we should be fine. Wait, we're already fine, right? Hold on. 1, 2. Yeah. We are fine. Okay. Although the channel says otherwise. Like, oh, I was going to activate finally, no. Yeah. So that is the power of Gretchen Titchwillow. Holy moly. Yeah, we're just popping off. And I mean, you guys know that was just like 20 extra turns basically coming up as well. GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, and Gretchen Titchwillow in Historic Brawl makes a really good budget decks, I have to say. Though those games, like if you want to play extra turns, play her if you don't have that many wildcards. It is insane. Yeah, this is amazing. So one thing I usually don't talk too much about on this channel, but it's a very real factor when like playing decks, is if you play an unpopular commander like Gretchen Titchwillow, you're going to be matched up against other like low win rate commanders, or like you're not going to be matched up against Golos, Niv Mizzet is what I'm saying with this deck. So this makes your matchups a whole lot easier, and I mean in theory this deck can just be toe to toe on them, because like you saw how powerful this deck can be, right? Again, budget list. You can cut the search for Miscast, right? You can cut that. Usually I don't like to include cards that you can cut in my budget list. Like it's pure bare bones, and I think like Search for Miscast is so good, and also just a great staple to craft that you really want it, especially with the Wilderness Reclamation. Just digs you so deep into your deck. And as you see, you need the Lotus Cobra Biomancer Finale package with the Tireless Provisioner, but that's an uncommon. And then you need your extra turns, right? You absolutely need those. And there are a lot of good upgrades for this deck. Like, I think the best card that I just didn't include, which is criminal, is Mox Amber. Your commander costs 2 mana, so this is just like literally 3 Mox, just 0 mana, gain 1 mana, absolutely insane. You can add more finishers, like you can replace these medium finishers with things like Hullbreaker Horror and Shark Typhoons. And so I'm playing a very high density of return to hand effects. Maybe I would love to have a slightly lower density of them and replace them with big draw spells that are Gravenlore, for example. For 5 mana you dig extremely deep into your deck, or like Memory Deluge to dig really deep into your deck. But I don't think like the draw spell that you play has to be like really better than the Gretchen Titchwillow activation. Like, why play draw spells when you can just activate Titchwillow, right? That is the whole idea behind that. So something like a Gravenlore or something like a Memory Deluge does do that and just digs really deep into your deck. But other than that, I don't think draw spells are too worth it. Like Thirst for Discovery, it's like a turn 3 card filtering thing if you don't counter that thing, and like you don't necessarily have Gretchen out on turn 3 yet. Actually, it's a turn 4 or 5 thing when you can also just like activate her in the same turn, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. Overall, the deck has definitely performed. I really like this list. I really like how it turned out. If you enjoyed this video, just, you know, leave a like, and, you know, just like look at the other videos on the channel, enjoy them. They're going to be there forever. So like, I've heard a bunch of people that just said, yeah, I just binge watched 20 videos of yours, and honestly, that is exactly what these videos are for, right? And yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you tomorrow.